Welcome to Z's Comics, Movies, TV, and pretty much whatever the hell else we want to talk about today. This is, episode 13 of the Volume 2 into the new year. Yes, I still count March as still kind of new year. For the most part, we're just going to be covering the Avengers Doomsday reveal that just happened, Thursday, right? Wednesday or Thursday? Something like no, this dude. We're going to talk about that guy in a little bit. But no, so let's just dive right into it. First up on the movie section, as always, we start off with movies. Bradley Cooper joins the DCU following James Gunn into the Superman movie. What has he been cast as? Who has he been cast as? Jor-El. Honestly, that casting came out of left field for me.
What?
I don't know why. I don't see him as a Jor-El type.
He's got that beard. He's got that wisdom in his eyes.
I don't know, man. I don't see him as Jor-El type wisdom. I don't know why. I think it's just like colored by his previous roles.
Because to us, he's still that guy from Failure to Launch and The Hangover. You don't see him as the.
I guess I don't see him as a dad. Isn't he a dad now? He's a dad now in real life, right?
I'm pretty sure he's been an actual dad for a while.
Yeah.
I was meaning, like, you don't see him as the father, the biological father of.
I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is. Because, like Kurt Russell, I could see him as Jor-El. Like, even before the movie came out, Man of Steel, I saw him as Jor-El. Like they announced he's going to be Jor-El. And I was like, you know what? I could see it. Bradley Cooper, I can't. But I'm not saying that I don't, that I'm not behind his casting. Because Bradley Cooper is a fantastic actor. Yes. I just haven't seen him in that type of role yet.
I think it's like, I honestly think it's like an age thing. Because,
maybe.
like, Kurt Russell, he's Kurt Russell.
Or not Kurt Russell. Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe is up. Wait. Oh, no. No,
yeah,
Kurt Russell was. I was about to be like, wait, but Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell was John.
I was like, wait, no. Kurt
I was talking about Jor-El because they were both in the movie, and I was getting them confused. There's Russell in both their names.
That's Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner. Oh my God, you're right. What is wrong with me?
That's what I was about to say. I was about to be like, oh wait, no, you kind of had it right because Kurt Russell was. But then I was like, wait, no,
that's Kevin Costner.
Kurt Russell was Peter Quill's dad.
There you go. So okay, they're all connected by James Gunn somehow.
Yes. So, like what I was saying was, I think it's like the age thing with like Russell Crowe. He's been Russell Crowe. He's been that older guy for us since forever. Yeah. Bradley Cooper, I don't want to say, like, he's kind of around like our like. He was like 20 or something whenever like you really start, like late 20s, early 30s. Whenever. Yeah. So he was still he's always been that like young guy to us. Mm-hmm. So like I think I kind of feel where you're coming from. Him being him being Jor-El is like, really? He's so young. He's not a dad.
He's like in his late 40s, early 50s, something like that now. But yeah, I so that's what in my head I know he can do the role. Yes. But it's like this is a dude from The Hangover kind of thing. Well, I don't know. It's
Failure to Launch.
Oh yeah, Failure to Launch. That one too. That one was funny.
I think it's definitely the age thing where it's just kind of like we're fighting our inner. Time is passing, and the people that we watched in these roles are now
like in distinguished roles.
I am in a grown adult role.
But yeah, so Bradley Cooper's going to be joining James Gunn's Superman as Jor-El, so that's pretty cool. The Legend of Zelda has been. Okay, apparently Nintendo just launched one of their Nintendo News app or something like that.
Yes. This came out like Wednesday,
something like that. And one of the first announcements on there was Legend of Zelda is getting a live action movie in May of 2027, May 26th to be precise. And what's strange about that is that it is 1 week after Sonic 4 is slated to come out.
Yes.
Now, are they playing chicken with Sega? Or Paramount, or whoever's taking care of the release date for it, or release schedule for it? Oh, man. Excuse me. So, are they playing chicken with them, or are they setting up a first box office Super Smash Bros. Brawl?
I want the Smash Bros.
Right?
Bro.
I mean, because we already got
too long. We already
got Detective Pikachu.
Yes.
All right. We already got Mario. We already, and now, Sonic, of course, and then bam, we're gonna get Legend of Zelda. We're gonna get Link.
Yes.
We're gonna get actually Zelda.
Her dad's gonna come into this. Of course, we all love her dad. Ooh. Get it? Because Robin Williams named his daughter Zelda.
You know what? I would love to see Zelda Williams play some sort of role in here as an homage to Robin. Her father's legacy, Robin Williams' legacy. So if y'all guys don't really know, Robin Williams was a huge video gamer, okay? So much so that not long after his passing, World of Warcraft went down for like emergency maintenance. And the emergency maintenance was because they were adding an in-game memorial to the game. You somehow make it to this lone isle, you climb the mountain, go through a cave, and inside the cave is a single lamp that you interact with, and it comes out. It has some dialogue, and then it goes back in. And it was all in memoriam of Robin Williams. Yes, so he was a huge gamer. All right, way back in the day, and then he named his first daughter, or his oldest daughter, Zelda, after Princess Zelda from Legend of Zelda. And yeah, so I would love if she gets like some sort of like little homage role. Okay, I mean, like, and she's a good actress on her own. Have you seen her work? She's really good. But yeah, I'm holding out hope that they do something for that. Because to me that would be cool. That would be really cool. And I actually just learned this, but the producers were going to offer the reason why Detective Pikachu did not feature Professor Oak in any capacity was that they had one single person in mind when they were going to cast him, and it was Robin Williams. So rather than switch gears, recast, or whatever like that, they just decided to leave Professor Oak out because they felt nobody would live up to their live action dreams, and that's pretty cool, right? And like he didn't even have the role. And you're like, man, there's nobody that could have done it. Like, how cool could you have been? You know what I mean?
It's definitely one of those things where it's like, if you got the guy in mind, especially if it's Robin Williams. Yeah, it's kind of like, because I'm pretty sure other people would have just been all like, oh, but Professor Oak. But at the same time, it's like, dude, you wrote this with this person in mind. In your mind, you're making this movie, you're making it your dream, you're putting your heart, your soul into it. If you don't have that one specific guy, especially Robin Williams, it kind of feels like, why do I feel that?
Yeah,
it's not gonna be my dream if I see somebody else in there.
That is true. So like there's a bunch of ways that Nintendo could honor Robin's legacy, Robin's I guess video game legacy, I guess you'd say. But we'll see, time will tell what's going to happen with that. There's no casting, there's no director, there's nothing aside from a release date, which is really weird for a movie that should be using quite a bit of CG and stuff. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm not even talking about for the land, because you can just go to New Zealand and film where Lord of the Rings did, and bam, you're in Hyrule. But like, I'm talking like there should be extensive like CGI and stuff in this, unless you're gonna go the practical route and use like RC cars for whatever. I don't even know the bad guys for Zelda. Like, and I used to play that stuff way back in the day.
Besides for Ganondorf,
Ganondorf.
I don't remember too much of their bad guys, like other lackeys.
You know what? I'm calling it right now. Dwayne the Rock Johnson. Dwayne.
But then Link won't win. He's not going to beat Ganondorf.
He doesn't have to. All he has to do is make sure that Ganondorf doesn't win.
I mean, he's going to do. You mean they're going to have a part where he's all like, "All right, Link, we already know how this is going to go. You're going to hit me. I'm going to hit you. We're going to come to a stalemate, and then I'm going to change into a pig and say, 'See you later, Link,' and then just fly away."
Kind of. Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
Aku and Samurai Jack.
Yep, Aku and Samurai Jack.
I guess, yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of cool. I mean, like, I'm excited for this. I'm excited for the Legend of Zelda movie. We had a live action movie in the works at Netflix way back in the day, but nothing came of that. So, is he going to talk? like this is speculation right here, but is he going to talk? Or is he just going to be, is he just going to just like be the silent warrior or whatever and just like, ah! Ah! Huh? I'm probably freaking out the people on the podcast right now. I mean, like, what is he doing?
Like, I honestly would be okay with him talking, but I could definitely hear all the people, like a bunch of people, especially people that got upset at Master Chief taking his helmet off in the Halo TV show, getting upset if Link talks.
Yeah, I mean, well, okay, the Halo TV show is something different.
If they reverse Bumblebee him. A guy that never talks is going to talk all the time, but Bumblebee keeps losing his voice in the.
So, okay, this actually brings me to another little fun fact that I wrote down on here. But where the hero is not supposed to talk that much at all. Yeah. So fun fact. I just learned about this recently, so I decided put it in here as a fun fact. But Keanu Reeves apparently charged $39,000 per word for the John Wick 4 movie script. Every time that he had to say a word in the script, $39,000 was written to him, right? He said a total of, 44 words? Something like that? 40-something words?
John Wick had 380 words in Chapter 4.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's why I said it was like 14 million.
Okay,
if
yeah.
That stayed true.
Yeah, something like that. I thought he had 44 lines equals about that much. Okay. So yeah, so every time he had to speak, it was a deterrent to the writers, so that way they would portray John Wick more as like a force of nature or a man of action rather than, somebody who makes speeches. Because at this point in the story, he doesn't need to talk. He doesn't need to do anything. He's just there. He's trying to get away. Everybody knows he's trying to get away. And you don't need to talk to do that. You just need to do it. And that was Keanu Reeves' reasoning behind this type of stipulation.
And with any other actor, I would have suggested that roughly 14 million that he got, if it stayed true, if he actually did get $14 million for the amount of words he said. If there's any actor, like Keanu Reeves is like the only actor that I'm all like, I believe that 14 million went to good use.
I think so too. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's very philanthropic. He gives back to the community, all that stuff.
He's like the level of celebrity philanthropic that I'm like, yes, that is good, because there's so most of the stuff he gives to, we don't even know he gives to, because he's just all like, I'm not doing it for the publicity. I'm doing it because I can. I want to. I want my name on it. There's so many things out there that he's like. So many things he's helped create, so many donations that we never hear about. We don't even know his name is on, because he's just like, I don't do it because of me. I don't want them in the news for me. I want them in the news for them. This is their stuff. Yeah. It's like, yeah. Keanu, such a great guy.
All right, so moving on. Josh Hartnett getting back in the spotlight again. He's been on the rise. Okay, you remember back in the early 2000s, Josh Hartnett was like, oh man, he's gonna be the new It guy.
The guy.
Like he was supposed to be the guy. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he was supposed to be Batman. I don't know what happened to him. I don't know who he pissed off, but Josh Hartnett kind of slowly just almost went away, kind of, but not really. And then lately, he's been on the rise again. Oppenheimer. What was that other one you said?
It was the one with Jason Statham.
Operation Fortune. And then now in May.
Forget about Trap.
Oh, Trap, the M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Shyamalan.
Shyamalan. So he's actually in another movie called Fight or Flight, which is basically Bullet Train on a plane.
Wow.
He's the only one that I know as an actor in there.
Yeah.
Everybody else is kind of low key or they're not widely known yet. I think, because I didn't recognize anybody except him.
I didn't either. There was one guy that I was all like,
I've seen him before.
Donnie Yen in fat suit, but I'm not sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Donnie Yen in a fat suit, which would be pretty cool if it is. But.
So yeah, give the trailer a look. Fight or Flight. It's supposed to come out May 9th, which is pretty quick.
Yeah.
And the trailer barely came out a couple days ago, so it's kind of like. I think this is going to be one of those movies where the marketing team is going to drop the ball and everybody's going to be all like, "Whoa, this is a movie crap," because I haven't heard about it.
Well, I mean, isn't this one also another John Wick guy, director or producer that was attached to John Wick?
I think so.
If I remember correctly. And a lot of times they don't they don't really advertise their movies a lot in general anyway.
That is true, dude. Like, now that I think about it, I don't think I remember seeing much advertising for the first John Wick movie.
Yeah, and then for like, I don't know if the director or one of the stunt people, but I definitely, because of the opening stuff, I know Love Hurts was done by like John Wick people as well.
Yeah,
and you didn't really get much for that either. Like
that is true.
So I'm not too surprised. It's kind of sad just because my like earliness is coming into this, and I'm all like, man, I like Josh Hartnett. I want him to do good. So it is kind of like, come on, put this out there. So but yeah, he's just, and then like I was telling you, it seems like he's really just having fun with his stuff because it's all over the place. Like he had that serious role in Oppenheimer, that like kind of wild, nutty thing in Operation Fortune, and then he's playing a serial killer in Trap, and now he's some like wacky assassin.
He's a hacker or something, wasn't he?
I don't know, but he's getting into fights, bro. He's throwing punches and everything.
Yeah,
he got skills.
So the plot was almost non-existent in this trailer, so I have no idea what it's about. But from what I was able to gather, Josh Hartnett is playing a person that's been caught by the FBI, and he's offered a deal in order to like basically just walk away scot-free. And
witness protection.
Kind of, I think so, right? Mm-hmm. And so what they're doing is they have him protecting an asset from assassins, and on a transatlantic flight, I believe. And
would it be transatlantic? Because isn't trans for trains? Or is it still transatlantic?
Just transatlantic is like going across the ocean, isn't it? Yeah, but anyway, an international flight. International flight. So yeah, they tapped him in order to protect an asset during an international flight. Problem is, he doesn't know who it is. They don't know who it is. All they know is that it's an asset and he needs to be protected, or they need to be protected. And along the way, there's bounties placed on both of them, so they both need to, fight their way out. There's decompression involved. There's guns on a plane, which is never a good idea. And yeah, it looks like a fun time. Okay, it looks exactly like Bullet Train on a plane.
Yes.
All right.
I'm excited for it.
I am too.
I want to see it.
I would very much like. I still want to see Death of a Unicorn.
I want to see Death of a Unicorn. I kind of want to see Jason Statham's new movie, Working Man.
Oh, Working Man.
Because I like Jason Statham movies, even though they are basically
they're all the same.
He's give him X title name for a job, but he ends up being a retired secret assassin.
He's a beekeeper.
But plot twist, assassin. The only other thing I will add about this flight or fight is I would have liked it to be named Flight and Fight. I
don't know. I have no preference. I have no preference. I could take it either way, but I see where you're coming from.
It's a dumb little thing. Like, I get why flight or fight, it's the flight or fight response. But at the same time, I'm like, you're already fighting. You're on a plane, so it's like flight and fight.
Fight to flight.
Flight.
Ooh, fight to flight. That's a good one. Come on.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Moving on. Blumhouse continues its Universal Monsters adaptations with The Mummy, directed by Lee Cronin. It's set to be released April 16th, 2026. I have no idea what else is going on with this movie. I didn't even know there was a cast until you sent me until you sent that screenshot in the group chat. I didn't know it was happening. But Blumhouse has already been doing the Universal Monsters movies. They did the most recent one is Wolfman. They had Invisible Man, and then was there another one? They didn't do a Dracula one yet, right? No, they didn't. But yeah, somehow Blumhouse is just making these ones, and the audience is seemingly enjoying them. Critically wise, they're not really doing that great, but the audience seems to be enjoying them.
I didn't hear much about the Wolfman.
I heard nothing. It's already out in movies, out in the stores right now to buy. That's never a good time. But I still want to see
this one. From what I read about this mummy, though, it's going to be fairly similar. It's saying it's going to be fairly similar to Brendan Fraser's.
What? Ooh.
So, yeah. Not necessarily like Tom Cruise mummy, but like Brendan Fraser's. what it's seeming like.
I still haven't seen Tom Cruise's Mummy.
It's okay, you know? Like, it was pretty cool with how they, tied in other stuff because it was supposed to be their, like, start of their monster universe. So it was pretty cool seeing Russell Crowe coming in the show again. And it was also kind of cool, too, with the way they, there's a little Easter egg where in it somebody gets, like, knocked out with a book, and when they drop the book, you see that it's the gold book from Brendan Fraser's Mummy.
That's
so
funny.
It was pretty cool with that. It was okay. Like, I'm not upset that that it didn't end up going anywhere. But it was worth a watch. It was.
Whenever I get some time, I'll check it out.
The only upsetness for me would have been the fact that I believe, if I remember correctly from their cast photo that they put out, because they did it like Marvel Studio style, where Marvel had all that photos of everybody. If I remember correctly, Johnny Depp was supposed to be.
He's supposed to be
Invisible Man.
Yeah.
And I just like Johnny Depp, so the fact that that movie tanked, I kind of was a bit upset because I was like, oh man, movie.
So the Luke Evans Dracula Untold was supposed to be part of it.
I kept hearing speculation on that one. If it was going to be, that'd be dope because that ending was so cool. But yeah, anyways, yeah.
All right, and moving on to the 5-hour Avengers Doomsday cast reveal. Yes. People sat through 5 hours of a cast reveal where only a chair was shown.
Every 10 minutes.
Every 10 minutes, a new chair was shown.
I was watching How I Met Your Mother.
But guess what? You don't have to wait 5 minutes. We're going to go through that list right now. Okay. First up, Chris Hemsworth as Thor.
My fourth favorite, Chris.
Fourth favorite? Really?
I don't know.
What's your other one?
Let me see.
Because Chris Pine, Hemsworth. Pine, Hemsworth, Pratt, and Evans. Why is Hemsworth your fourth?
I don't know. I just said fourth just because I honestly can't really think of three other Chris's. I just said it just for the joke.
I will say that Chris Hemsworth is my first favorite Chris.
Cool.
Yeah.
I know but definitely Chris Pine is my favorite Chris.
Really?
I like
Chris Pine?
He's Captain Kirk. I really liked him in This Means War with Tom Hardy.
Oh, that's right. He wasn't that. He's not bad.
He wears glasses. He just seems like a really cool guy that you could sit and just like share some words with.
I guess.
Like a cool guy. Have a LAN party with or something.
All right. Next up, Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm. She's gonna be popping up in Fantastic Four First Steps pretty soon. Was that July? Right? Yeah, July.
A week, not 2 weeks after Superman.
Anthony Mackie coming back as Captain America, a.k.a. Sam Wilson, formerly the Falcon. Sebastian Stan, Bucky Barnes, a.k.a. Winter Soldier, which they may be changing in the Thunderbolts movie to White Wolf officially. We see Letitia Wright as Shuri, Black Panther. Paul Rudd, Scott Lang, Ant-Man. Paul Rudd actually commented how he was not cool with them having a small chair for him. So yeah, it was a interview with Jenna Ortega, and they were doing the press release for Unicorn movie. Wyatt Russell, aka John Walker, U.S. agent. Tina Huerta Mejia as Namor. That actually came out of nowhere because he was supposed to get his own movie, and then it just quietly went away after all the allegations. So that was kind of surprising. Ebon Moss Bachrach. Now on the list that I found, they listed him under Richard, aka the Spot, but he's supposed to be Galactus in the Fantastic Four movie. So I don't know which one is right. Is he going to be a new version of the Spot, or is he coming back as Galactus? I am not 100% sure. Simu Liu as Shang-Chi. Florence Pugh as Yelena Belova. Kelsey Grammer. Yes, Kelsey Grammer.
Is that Ebon Moss? Is that
Yeah, because I looked it up. That's the guy.
I thought it was the thing. Because when I searched it up, I kept getting...
Did you pull up the thing?
I kept getting Weasel.
Okay.
I kept getting the guy that played the Weasel, because he also played the Weasel. No, not the Weasel. Micro. And
you're right. So the typo is not for Galactus. That's for the Thing.
That's why I kept telling you it's got to be a typo, because I kept saying, dude, he's the Thing. But
okay, you're right. Okay, you're right. So wherever I got this information from was full of typos. So, but Kelsey Grammer coming back as Dr. Hank McCoy, aka the Beast. All right, I was actually there for that one to see the change. Let me see. I did see that glorious chair. There weren't even different colored chairs.
No.
Okay, come on, man. 5 friggin' hours that people sat through this.
But then again, we harp on them so long because 5 hours for a chair. But people sat through it, so
yeah.
You know,
they know that they got everybody by the huevos.
They got that revenue. It's like trying to make fun of the guy that sold the pet rock. Can't really make fun of the guy.
He did it. He did it. Let me see. Lewis Pullman has Bob Reynolds, aka Sentry. A lot of people were getting mad because they're releasing names for movies that haven't been out yet, so that means they survived their movies. Here is where I'm going to call bull on that.
Different worlds.
Different universes.
Different
exactly. Mm-hmm. You don't know if this is the Sentry from the Thunderbolts. You don't know if this is a Sentry from another universe.
Especially since they're saying that this whole movie is basically going to be like an Avengers versus X-Men thing, and it's all a
like a battle world thing,
like a ploy, like part of Doom's plan, because supposedly they're saying that Doom is trying to go after Loki to get control of all the timelines. So to keep people off his scent, even like TVA and whatever, he's orchestrating this fight between Avengers and X-Men while he is trying to get to Loki.
Yeah, that would make some sort of sense, yeah.
And then boom, next one, Secret Wars. That's when you get him, his white chair and all that, because he's evidently beat Loki.
So next up, Danny Ramirez, aka Falcon, Joaquin Torres from the recent Captain America: New World Order movie.
He's gonna be Joaquin around.
Is he? Because he got pretty messed up in that movie. Joseph Quinn, aka is going to be Johnny Storm, aka Human Torch.
My boy.
David Harbour, Alexei Shostagov, aka Red Guardian. Winston Duke, M'Baku. And they don't even list the comic name for him anymore. Because it's offensive. Like nowadays, yes, the comic name for his character is kind of offensive. Hannah John Kamen as Ava Starr, aka Ghost. Let me see. Tom Hiddleston. We were talking about Loki. He's coming back as Loki. Yes. Which Loki? We're not entirely sure of, but we're pretty sure it's going to be the Loki God of Stories. As seen at the end of Loki Season 2. Patrick Stewart.
Well, Patrick, if I see him die again, I'm going to be upset.
We've seen him die 4 times, haven't we?
Yes.
Let's see. Once in the main storyline. Once in Future Past.
Yes.
Let me see.
Logan.
And then
Multiverse
of Madness. Yeah, so far we've seen him die 4 times.
They Trinity him again. And for those of you in the early 2000s, y'all know
Trinity?
Matrix. Okay. Trinity dies. Very next movie, they bring her back just to have her die again. If they keep Trinitying my boy, bringing him back just to die,
it's not cool. Ian McKellen, aka Magneto. Alan Cumming. This one was surprising. Alan Cumming is coming back as Kurt Wagner, aka Nightcrawler. Now, a lot of people were saying, why would he agree to this? Because he hated the role of Nightcrawler. No. Alan Cumming did not hate the role of Nightcrawler. In fact, he actually he really enjoyed doing it. What he did not like was working with Brett Ratner. That is the disconnect people are forgetting. He did not like the director. And the director did not like him. That's why he didn't come back for X3. But Alan Cumming did the voice for the video game that connected X2 and X3. So yeah, because Bryan Singer did X-Men 1, X-Men 2, but Brett Ratner and him just did not vibe. So like Brett Ratner kind of quietly wrote him out. And like he didn't even really write him out. He just didn't include him. So yeah,
so upsetting.
So they had to figure out, why isn't he there? Well, he died in the video game or something. So yeah.
But Floop is coming back.
Floop?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was Floop. Rebecca Romaine coming back as Raven Darkholme, aka Mystique,
aka Alan Cumming's mom.
I don't know if they're gonna play that in the.
It'd be cool if they did.
I think it'd be. Yeah, I mean, technically, Mystique is his dad, and Destiny is his mom. If you go by the current comics.
Yeah, so, you can either way just be like, "Hey, parent," and then just if you don't want to get too technical with all the with all the stuff of how it went down. You just be like, hey, this is my parent. Call her mom or something like that or whatever. Plus, it wouldn't matter about age difference because, mistake.
Yeah.
Doesn't necessarily age.
That is true. Let me see. James Marsden, Scott Summers, a.k.a. Cyclops. Yes. He is coming back. A lot of people are excited about that one, us included, because he was good. I liked him as Cyclops, and there's rumors going around that he is going to don the traditional yellow and blue. I don't know if this is true or not, but I'd like to see it. All right. Let me see. Channing Tatum coming back as Gambit, reprising his role from Deadpool Wolverine. I'm super excited about this one. I want to see how this plays out in the MCU proper.
And I want to see, just because they were kind of, I think even he had talked about this too in an interview where he was like, he knows a lot of people were kind of dogging on him for how like over exaggerated he did his thing, but at the same time, a bunch of people from that area was all like, it was perfect. He didn't talk like that. Yeah. He was kind of like he was saying how like he purposely, because of the fact of like how he's portrayed in the movie and just like the feel that they were going for, he was like, I purposely made it like more over exaggerated, like
almost a caricature, but not really.
So I wonder if he's coming back in this one, if he might like tone it down a little bit, or if it's just going to be the same Gambit, because how we know that
at the end of the movie, alive. he did, open up somebody did come for him. Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
Either way, it's great stuff.
And Pedro Pascal coming back as Reed Richards, aka Mr. Fantastic. You'll see him first in Fantastic Four: First Steps, and of course Robert Downey Jr. coming in as Dr. Doom. Now, this is not the full cast list, so y'all guys sat through 5 hours of cast reveals for nothing because it's not done. What the rest of the cast is going to be revealed when they start filming. So these guys are the only ones that are on set right now because it started filming earlier this month in March. Okay, so you're going to need to wait another 5 hours whenever they announce the next round of casting, because this is supposed to be around like 2.5 hour movie, 2 hours 45 minutes. I would sit through a 5 hour movie with at least a 5 minute intermission so I can go potty. So just to get the full scope of a doomsday like movie, like a really good one. Okay, anything less than 3 hours is kind of stupid in my opinion. But yeah, so there's going to be another round of people coming in and seeing what's going on there. Let me see. Going on to TV and streaming. The Smallville animated series that has been in the offings for the past few years has been temporarily shelved. No, so it's being pushed to the wayside a little bit because of the restructure from the new James Gunn, Peter Safran's DCU restructure. According to Alfred Goh, it's just been quietly set aside for a little bit. Okay, I guess. Whenever they start doing more multiverse stuff, let's see it pop up, because as you know, James Gunn released that schedule. Hey, they want to do two animated series, 2 animated movies a year kind of thing. And so maybe the animated Smallville is going to be one of those at some point. Cool. That'd be pretty cool.
I'm excited for Smallville. I really love Smallville.
It's so cheesy, but it's fun cheesy.
Especially the songs. I forget,
the songs were so good.
Music was in there.
I started rewatching season 1 a few weeks ago, and the songs are just so good. The soundtrack was amazing.
So many things that I was like, I forgot about that band. I forgot about that singer.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that song.
Coming back.
Oh yeah. Let me see. Linda Cardellini has been cast as Pamela Voorhees in the Friday the 13th prequel series Crystal Lake. No word yet on release date. Back in 2022, it was actually signed straight to series order from Peacock. So that's about all that I know about it, aside from A24 as one of the producers. So
I'm
pretty cool.
I may tune in. I love my girl Velma.
Yeah, I'll watch anything with her in it. All right. Let me see. Season 2 of Peacemaker adds Bray Noel as White Rabbit and Disha Patani as Jaina Hudson, the creator of White Rabbit. In the comics, Disha Patani her code name is the Indian woman, and yes, I believe Disha Patani is actually Indian. But I think it's a little weird because it's one of those things where 40 years ago it was okay, but nowadays like you shouldn't do that because DC Legends Tomorrow, the show, it has the character Isis, but they never referred to her like that. They've only referred to her like that once, and it was during the whole stuff over there kind of stuff. So they just never referred to her as that again, and just used her like actual name. But then again, they didn't really rely a whole lot on their code names anyway.
Yeah.
So I know.
I love code names. I love a good code name.
They did whenever they did the crossover, and the first really big one between the 3 shows. Yeah. Wait, 3 shows? 4 shows. 4 shows. But yeah. Creature Commandos Season 2 showrunner Dean Lorey teases storyline picking up not too long after the finale of Season 1, but he did say that James Gunn is going to have a slightly lesser role to play in the series. Now, what that means, basically, in Season 1, James Gunn directed quite a few number of episodes. He wrote quite a few number of episodes. He had a huge presence in the writing room. Season 2, because of his elevated status and position, he's not going to be able to be, boots on the ground kind of guy. But he does say, Dean Lorey did say that James Gunn will still have a voice in the writing room. He's being CC'd on all this stuff. Basically, they're doing their thing, and they're sending him like updates constantly saying, hey, how's this? Does this sound like you kind of thing? Does this sound like something you're doing kind of thing? And so, yeah, I mean, you knew it was going to happen. That, he had to step back from the director's chair, back from the writing room, things like that. But because he went from being, James Gunn to Feige, pretty much.
James Gunn. I was watching. I don't know why I went on I guess because of Daredevil recently, but I've been getting a lot of stuff, a lot of Punisher stuff recommended to me on YouTube, and so I got to the point where it was the Punisher Warzone movie, and it's like the part where the final showdown between him and Jigsaw, and someone was all like, "Hey, how nice of Marvel to even before they hired James Gunn on to have a reference to him, because there's a little part in there where Jigsaw's brother is running to him, and he's like, and Jigsaw just goes, James, and his brother goes, Gunn. Immediately after each other, and I was like, oh, that's funny.
It's a bit of a stretch, but okay.
It's funny.
Let me see here. Malcolm in the Middle confirms the return of Christopher Masterson and Justin Burfield. They're Francis and Reese. But they did announce a recast of Dewey with Caleb Ellsworth Clark taking over from Eric Sullivan, who has since been retired from the acting world since the ending of the show. So, I mean,
it's upsetting for me a little bit, but at the same time, the dude, you can't really be upset at the guy for sticking to his guns.
Yeah,
he was like
he saw, he got out, and he's good.
He didn't like it. He didn't like the child actor experience. I think he did like 1 or 2 movies while doing Malcolm in the Middle, because I know he's been in a few others, but he didn't really do much. It's like, hey, once he was done, he's like, I didn't like it. It wasn't for me. And like, I believe he's got, I forgot what degree he has, but I know he's got a freaking degree. Like, he got a degree, he's doing his thing, and he's living his life. So it's like, on the inside, I'm kind of upset that it's going to be somebody else playing Dewey. It's not going to be like a full legit reunion. But at the same time, I'm like, the dude they got, he kind of looks.
He does kind of look like
him. To him anyways. He does. And you can't be upset at the guy like Eric Sullivan's doing his thing. Can't be upset at him living his life. The only thing that I will hope they do is have some sort of like joke about it. Kind of like how in My Wife and Kids, when they switched Claire from season 1 to season 2, and they switched actors, they switched actresses. Claire comes down the steps, and Damon Wayans looks at her and goes, "Hey, you look kind of like." He's all like, "Oh, did you sleep well? You look kind of different." And so it's like just a little like funny little thing like that would be like, I like when they do stuff like that. So that's the only thing that I hope would happen.
they kind of did that in Iron Man 2. When Don Cheadle comes in and it's Don Cheadle instead of Terrence Howard, they kind of did that.
I don't remember.
He goes, "I wasn't expecting to see you. I'm here. Get used to it."
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah. The only thing I really remember from Iron Man 2 is the whole bird thing, and the fact that I remember going to see it technically on the premiere. It was the day it came out, but I believe we went to Live Oak, and it was you, me, Uncle Tom, I think Conan and Tiger. But I remember Uncle Tom like getting there, and then the lady at the thing is all like sees us because we were really young at the time, you know, and she sees us. She's like, "Oh, would the kids like a comic book? We're giving them out free." And you had gone with Bob the day before to see like the midnight premiere or something like that. And as soon as she hands us the comic, we're all like, "We weren't giving those out last night." In like such a sad, defeated voice, and the lady was all like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want one?" You're like, "Yes."
I remember that. No, so me and Bob went to the midnight release, and then we also went to the one with y'all guys. But the one with y'all guys, Bob's mask was ready, so we went with the Walmart masks.
Yeah.
Dude, people were taking pictures with us. It was funny. I had the red shirt. I had the Iron Man mask. Bob had the gray shirt, and he had just finished repainting the mask, so that way it was War Machine. Yeah, people were taking pictures with us. It was funny.
Yeah.
The midnight release did not have the teaser at the end for Thor, and we were mad. Like when we found out there was a teaser, because we were going to leave, and then somebody said, "No, there's a teaser." Like, we went to go see it last night. There wasn't. No, it's there. We got screwed.
Y'all really did get
like we got
comic.
No, we didn't get a comic. We didn't get a comic. We didn't get the teaser. We were pissed. Let me see. Sandman season 2 adds Will Keane as William Shakespeare. I believe they're going to They're going to adapt a piece of the Preludes and Nocturnes or something like that. Or no, not Preludes and Nocturnes. Damn it, I forget the name of the story arc. But it is a play on one of William Shakespeare. Oh, what Dreams Make? No. It's a play on one of William Shakespeare's actual plays, where in the story of DC, that's where William Shakespeare got the idea for his play. I can't remember which one it is. But yeah.
There's so many.
There's so many.
Williams, like that guy.
And and another thing, it has been quietly delayed. Sandman season 2, because originally it was supposed to come out in April, but now it's been removed from the release list on Netflix. So now we don't know when it's coming out. And this edition is pretty close to when it's supposed to come out, because it was supposed to come out next month, and we're barely finding out who's playing William Shakespeare. So yeah, it's kind of, I'm guessing they're not done with what they need to be done with. So let me see. Set photos for Daredevil season 2, Daredevil Born Again season 2 are surfacing, and it shows the double D's. Daredevil's black. Daredevil is sporting a black costume, and it does show the iconic red double D's on his chest plate. After so many years, we finally are getting 4. Yeah, 4. It's going to be 4. Well, technically 5. Because it's gonna be in the 5th season.
And technically, it's after 4 seasons, because there were 4 seasons.
Okay. Technicalities.
Exactly.
But yeah, they do show.
It works.
Yes, it works. It works. That's why I was like, "Damn you!" All right. Let me see here. Jim Cummings is reprising his role as the Duck Knight in the Darkwing Duck reboot from Seth Rogen, Evan Goldberg, and Point Grey Pictures. I forgot that last part. So yeah, this has been in the works for a little bit. They announced it about a year and a half ago, when DuckTales season 3 ended, that they were going to redo Darkwing Duck, and nothing has been really released. Nothing has been really shared about this type of release, or about what was going on, aside from they were rebooting it. I thought that they were going to try to do the reboot following the DuckTales version of Darkwing Duck, like the updated one, where Jim Cummings is playing the old Darkwing Duck, but he's Negaduck now. And then Drake Mallard was the actor that was going to play Darkwing Duck, but he's actually Darkwing Duck now. So, like, have you watched the new DuckTales?
I haven't watched much of the new DuckTales. Like,
dude, I would recommend it.
I've seen like some episodes, but I just haven't seen like sat down and watched the whole season.
I would recommend it, man.
I like
it's really good. My Serenity and Nara got me watching it. I'm like, okay, now I think I like it more than they do.
Because like honestly, besides for like a few other little things, that's mostly where I know a lot about David Tennant.
Oh yeah, because he's Uncle Scrooge. Yeah. So yeah, they do. So they actually have a pretty good amount of actual actors involved with DuckTales. So it's really cool. Like Giancarlo Esposito, Michelle Gomez. She played Missy. Let me see. They've had so many. Lance Riddick is in there.
It's always wild to me when you go back and think about stuff like that, especially for like SpongeBob. When I'm like, bro, freaking
Lex Luthor's in there.
Yeah, like freaking Lex Luthor is.
He's a regular.
When you go back and think, like how many
the dude from Coach plays friggin' Patrick Star.
And it's just like
and like I know that none of our audience knows Coach except for maybe Bob.
It's always wild going back and thinking like, man, how many like big name people are voiced characters in shows like cartoons we used to watch. Like, wow, crazy.
Mm-hmm. Let me see here. In the world of anime, I only got one thing. The Solo Leveling producers have revealed that episode 25 of the recent finale that was yesterday or Saturday, that it's going to mark the end of the animated series for a while. The likely explanation for this, because they didn't really jump into a big explanation for this, is because they are currently working on quite a few series, and they are going through this almost renaissance of trying to not overwork their animators and stuff. I don't know how well that's working or not, but this seems to be an indicator that working conditions may not be as harsh. I'm not going to say they're good.
Yeah.
Because you still hear stories about that, but
animators definitely
they're getting put through it over there in Japan, and these guys, they're Fate Strange Fake is one of the things that they're currently working on, and that has been in production since 2024, and then they're working on at least 2, maybe 3 other series that they didn't name.
Are they part of the Devil May Cry?
No. That's Adi Shankar's group. I forget the name of it, but basically they only have one type of production, and that's why it took so long for us to get Devil May Cry, because they were also working on Castlevania and the sequel series.
Okay.
So yeah,
pretty much Devil May Cry. I guess it kind of ties into it, but I guess also because, like I told you the other week, I was getting a lot of memes about them putting the Evanescence song over the new Daredevil stuff. Evidently, Evanescence made a song for them?
Yes, I've heard it, and it is actually really good.
It's not bad. It kind of reminded me of Going Under.
Yeah, it really did. But I have not heard any new Evanescence in so long.
I know, I haven't either.
And I didn't even know Amy Lee was still around doing stuff like that, because I haven't heard any announcements for tours. I haven't heard any announcements for new music. And then Adi Shankar comes around. Oh yeah, they're doing Evanescence is doing a song for us. I was like, whoa, what?
I found out about it yesterday, just because scrolling through YouTube.
I thought I put it in the thing.
Yeah, I was scrolling through YouTube and it was right there. It was just like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
And
did the full song get revealed? Because I only had it. I've only heard the preview, which was like 45 seconds, I think.
Yeah, straight up. They got their music video out for it with little snippets. It's very anime. It's very anime because it's got part of the music video is showing the
show, right?
Yeah, I don't know why I said anime. I was going for it's very kind of early 2000s where, because the kind of music videos they always put out.
The early 2000s AMVs.
Yeah, it's very AMV because that stuff.
Not an AMV. I think.
That would be animated.
FMV.
Animated music video, right? AMV.
I think that's adult music video. I don't know. Because I was never that guy that just.
I'm not Tiger.
I don't just go around like watching like fan edits of Numb set to Naruto.
Set to Naruto.
And yes, I am throwing shade. All right, just watch Naruto while you listen to Linkin Park.
I was looking up magic trick tutorials and stuff like that. Hey, when I got internet, I didn't know what to look up. I was like, magic trick tutorials. I figured I could use it at some point.
Yeah, you can. All right. To get out of handcuffs.
Exactly.
Let's see. The last couple things in the video game world. Tony Hawk apparently had to fight for Bam Margera to be included in Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4. He did not take no from the producers. He was like, nope, got to do it. And I couldn't really find a whole lot on the story aside from that it happened. Like, are these new ones coming out? Or are these from previous? Right? They're redoing it. They're relaunching
part of his update, his remaster, and he wanted Bam to be in it. So.
And from what I hear, Bam's actually on the recovery wagon right now. So yeah, it's you love to see it.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
You love to see it, especially with Tony Hawk's friendship with all the Jackass guys.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty freaking cool. Pretty funny too.
Dude.
Especially when you hear about how Steve-O treated him during his on Steve-O's podcast. There's an episode where Tony Hawk goes on there. And Tony Hawk tells this story about how when Steve-O was in the midst of his wild drugging days, he had an email list, an email group list, and he would just message random people all the time about what he's doing. And Tony Hawk was there saying so there was so many times where I'd get a message 3 a.m. in the morning of him saying, "Dude, I'm gonna go do this naked or whatever," and Tony's just all I had to tell him so many times, dude, can I be taken off this? Come on. And evidently and Steve-O goes, yeah. And when he messaged me that, I took it so wrong in the wrong way that I started cussing him out. And he's like, I even ended it with, "You're not even that rad." It's just and Tony Hawk's just being Tony Hawk. He's just there yeah, I got. They're like, "Do you remember getting that?" He's like, "Yeah, I do." All I could think was, I hope he gets help. And that was it.
You know what? Tony Hawk is pretty chill.
Tony Hawk is
every single story involving that guy from people that just randomly happen upon him are just they're so great.
It is a genuine fear of mine that I'm I hope I don't one day find out I actually met Tony Hawk and I just didn't realize it.
Right, because he's one of those cryptids. You don't know it's him when you're in person, but if you see him through the lens of a camera, shit, that's Tony Hawk.
Yeah. Well, even during the lens of a camera sometimes, because I remember watching the new guy, and he's in there.
Yeah, he's in there for a pretty good amount.
A quick moment where he's just in the thing, and I'm like, was that Tony Hawk? And I'm like, that's Tony Hawk.
At the end, he's the dude that dumps the popcorn on the O'Connells.
Well, he's also at the party.
Too.
Yeah. So it was just
it was a running gag in the whole movie.
Yeah. Well, bro, that's Tony Hawk. Ice was in there too.
Now that I don't remember.
Yeah,
I don't remember that one.
He's he's the crazy guy. The crazy guy that works at the CD store that they go to.
That's right. He's the one that ends up, suplexing everybody. Okay, yeah.
Pile driving and power bombing people. And I'm like, that movie.
That's right. That was when he was still doing. That's when he was a bouncer in real life. Yeah. All right. Moving on. Marvel has announced a new video game called Marvel Cosmic Invasion, which is an homage to old school side-scrolling beat 'em ups. So, Turtles Lost in Time, and Marvel vs. Capcom. No, not Marvel vs. Capcom. Oh man. Those X-Men ones, X-Men versus Magneto or something, side-scrolling. The preview for them looks really cool, especially if you played those old school types of games. It's gonna have Spider-Man, Wolverine, Captain America, Phyla Vell version of Captain Marvel, and Nova. Oh, and Storm, Storm. And the animation just screams like old school arcade. After you get out of school, you go down, you get you got a pocket full of quarters. You're like, okay, bam, bam, bam. I'm gonna be playing this until I die. Bam, I died. Damn it.
You get 2 minutes in, and you're just like, oh wow, that was cool.
Oh yeah, it looks so good. They really do. Dude, movie theaters when we were kids were so cool. They were okay, I got there an hour ahead of time. Okay, set my little Casio, bam, the little hour. Yes. All right, set my little Casio. I'm gonna go play some video games. All right,
even beat the Terminator game or something like that. Or the Resident Evil one.
No, it wasn't Resident Evil. It was House of the Dead.
Oh, House of the Dead.
It was House of the Dead. Okay, so apparently House of the Dead is getting a movie. Another one. And like we haven't heard anything in a couple months since it was announced. But yeah, apparently House of the Dead is coming back. So yeah, that's a rumor right there. But yes, I'm excited. I'm super excited. You know what? Time Cop. No, not Time Cop.
Time Cop. That was Jean-Claude Van Damme.
No, yeah. No, there was a damn it. It was a video game like with the gun.
Yeah.
But was it Time Cop? No, it was Time Attack? Something like that. Dang it, I gotta go and look it up.
That's the one where it would be like
okay, you press the pedal.
You're behind a door, you're like talking to your buddy because it was obviously two players.
And then you press the pedal.
And it comes up and it's like slow for a bit, and you gotta
exactly. Yes, that's the exact one. Do you remember what it was called?
I don't. Maybe Time Attack, but yeah, I can't really remember.
Yeah, that one was super cool. All right, guys. That about does it for everything that we had to talk about today.
Were we not doing Daredevil?
Were we doing? Oh snap! I forgot Daredevil. Yes, the review for Daredevil, episodes 5 and 6.
Yeah.
All right, so I don't know. We give it a pretty good amount of time because let's be honest, we're super excited about this series and we just slip up with spoilers. So I'm going to give y'all guys 5 seconds to turn the video off because this review may have spoilers. Okay, like we can't stop ourselves. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Spoilery review for Daredevil Born Again episodes 5 and 6. Right? 5 and 6? Yeah, 5 and 6. All right. So episode 5, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I give it. Are we doing out of 10 or are we doing out of 5s?
Well, TV shows we usually do 5.
5s, right?
TV shows and movies are 5s, right? Or 10.
Movies were 10s.
Yeah.
Movies were 10s. TV shows, I think we've been doing 5s.
I think so.
So I'm gonna tell you guys right now. For me,
episode wise, it's like we do out of 5s, but then I think if we like season wise, we kind of do it.
You're right. Mm-hmm. So episode 5 for me, I gave it a 3 out of 5. Yeah, it's not, and not because it's bad in any way, but because it gives off a very like a filler type of feel. Mm-hmm. Okay. And like I said, it's not a bad thing. It's just, it feels like Matt's day off rather than another piece in the story. And you do get little pieces of the story here and there, but
especially nothing for the really reason that the robbery is taking place.
Yeah,
the bank robbery is taking place.
And then like it's not really like it doesn't feel central to the plot. It doesn't feel central to anything. It's just like Matt's day off. He doesn't do much.
Especially because from what I was gathering from the episode, and is like supposed to be an episode where evidently yet another reasoning as to like something like pushing Matt towards like, come on man, come back as Daredevil.
Yeah.
But especially with how the Punisher is introduced in this show, how Frank is introduced, it's like.
And then you get this episode.
Yeah, it's like Frank did that. To me, Frank did that in the five few minutes he had, better than this whole episode did.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I still enjoyed the episode.
I think for this episode, it actually tied more into the MCU in general than it did into the Born Again story. Because as y'all guys have already probably seen, Yusuf Khan, Miss Marvel's dad, it actually pops up in the bank that Matt is trying to get a loan from. And he's like super excited about his daughter. He loves Miss Marvel. He's got a little Funko Pop that he special made, things like that. And he's just super excited to talk about his daughter and stuff to Matt. And it's just, it doesn't feel 100% tonally in time with Born Again. It feels more like this episode is just like, hey, remember, it's part of this too.
Which is kind of thing. Kind of like, because I started seeing some stuff from other sites, like other people saying that evidently this one may have been an episode that was actually kept from all the stuff that got scrapped.
Yes, but with the this goes into like the the planning rather than the actual show. The Champions is supposed to be a show that's going to be on Disney Plus, and this actually gave a small breadcrumb as to like how it's getting made. So she's in as Yusuf explains, Miss Marvel's in California, just visiting some old friends. But last time we saw Miss Marvel, she was in New York visiting Kate Bishop and putting together a team. What members of the team were in California? You got Ant-Man's daughter is in San Diego.
They're in San Diego?
Where's Golden Gate Bridge? San Francisco. Oh, yeah. I don't know why I said San Diego. The Anchorman's on my head.
I forget that. Well, it wasn't just
San
that, but
Diego.
It was also kind of the fact that I was like, I forget Ant-Man's in California. I thought,
yeah,
I forget. I'm always used to them being on the other coast.
On the East Coast.
Yeah.
No, so getting that out of the way for talking about the episode, we do get Matt just is starting to not be able to turn away anymore. So we get a little bit of character growth,
especially with that ending.
Oh yeah, especially with that ending. But yeah, so we see him, kind of weasel his way back into a situation, and basically almost single-handedly take out everybody else that needs to be taken out. And the action really good. It was very muted, but it's for the story. But everything else pretty cool, pretty well done. And you get to see some of his anger just like not even leak out. His anger just like erupts towards the end, and you're like, oh my god, Matt, dude, you got to do something about this. And then, but yeah, that's episode 5, and like I gave it a very positive 3 out of 5. Definitely worth watching. Yes. Definitely worth watching. But I see why that they released both 5 and 6 at the same time, because alone, episode 5 didn't. It felt kind of like episode 1. Like it didn't really like catch me. But
it would have definitely felt like all right, people were high and up off of episode 4, especially since Frank came back. Yeah. So excited, everyone expecting, he's going to come back in the next episode. And then if 5 came out on its own, it kind of would have been like, all right, we
didn't even see anybody. We just got a mention of Kamala.
It's like, you playing with us or something? Like, you playing with our emotions? I could have seen this whole week basically being like a backlash thing from a lot of people.
Like a lot of people getting mad.
A lot of people being like, what the heck? Stop playing with us, Marvel. Especially if we got one episode this week and a 5-hour chair video.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
People would have been like, what the heck, Marvel?
Yeah, that would have, the combination would have just been like, dude, what the heck? Yeah. So moving on, episode 6. I don't know, I give it a 4.
Oh yeah, I give episode 6.
Regale us, Thunder, regale us.
My own?
Yes.
All right, but yes, like I did enjoy it. It was finally you get Matt towards the end not being a
pansy.
Yeah, not being a pansy, bro.
I don't know, man. I don't know if he's being a pansy. He's just he's been through it, man.
I know he's been through it, but especially after my boy Frank came in and gave him that like, yo.
That was a good speech.
After that, I'm like, yes, man. Come on. Stop being a wuss, and let's get to it. Let the devil come out.
Yep.
And plus, I'm trying to remember the episode a little bit now too, but I really like how it was kind of showing. Really shows the descent of both of them. Like you got Fisk, like going through everything, showing his rise to like going back to being the Kingpin, like starting his anti-vigilante task force. Which I keep hearing one of the dudes in there. He looks Mexican. I'm sorry if he's not, but the guy that looks Mexican, like I keep hearing he's actually not supposed to be a bad guy, but because I don't really know much about Daredevil, but evidently that's been kind of a slight blowback to like super Daredevil fans, is they're upset that he's kind of that one guy's coming out to be a bad guy just because they're like, no, he's supposed to be one of Daredevil's bros or something like that.
Okay.
But yes, especially, and too, I really liked how, because I know we touched on this earlier, where you were kind of like, oh, it looks like Frank with all his like meme lines and everything.
Mm-hmm.
You were like, it looks like Frank was the one that's been investigating Muse, but I like how it was like, hey, no, it was actually White Tiger that was kind of on the Muse, because they had his niece come in and be like, look, he was investigating stuff, he was on stuff with the kidnappings and all that. I like that because it's keeping White Tiger in.
Yes. Like, so another young champion popping up. That's
keeps the young
cool.
champion in, keeps the White Tiger legacy going, and I really like how that bringing Matt, like started bringing Matt back into it, like the conversation with
Angela.
Yeah, with his conversation with Angela, kind of being like, especially when Matt's buddy comes in and tells him like, 60 people, possibly at least 60 people have been kidnapped and all that. It's kind of telling him like, Matt, don't do it. And I also like how on the other side you got Fisk finding out about it, especially the way he found out about it too.
The way he says it, the sanitation department found out before the cops did.
The sanitation department found out, and the sanitation department guy in general, because he's just all like, he reminded me of, he's just one of those guys that's all like, gave me the feel of like, he doesn't really get to be in like this situation that often, so he's like trying to impress. He's all like, but it just wouldn't come off, so I used the 50-30 blend and all this, and it's like pretty funny, especially whenever they do the just get on with it, just get to the point. But yeah, so I like how Muse getting Matt back into it, but also getting Kingpin to be like these freaking vigilantes, these masked guys. So like got all that going on, freaking amazing. And just ending, bro. The last few minutes of it, when you see Kingpin just be straight up like brutal,
savage
to him. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, just like, because
he's got to be dead.
No, because he dragged him back to the cell.
He could die in the cell.
So like
he's straight like, his
the
back,
way
bro.
Matt,
your dad how that feels.
The way Matt just donned the suit again and had to go after Angela.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, it's the parallels of them, just like Kingpin's suit getting torn.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Revealing the white underneath, the white Kingpin suit kind of thing. I like that. I like that little imagery right there. And at the same time, Matt donning the other suit, his Daredevil suit, almost coming to terms with, dude, somebody's got to do it.
Yes.
All right. And him going out to find Angela and finding Muse. Dude, that little fight with Muse, intercut with the fight between Fisk and Adam, or if you could call it a fight. I mean, damn. And like all of it was just them just shedding their previous, visage, I guess, and just becoming what they're supposed to be. And yeah, it was so good. Good storytelling. Good imagery, all that stuff.
Like all the stories, that's how I was talking to Tiger a lot whenever I was telling him, like, dude, just watch it. It's like some of the episodes, especially like this one, they're not, I don't want to say exciting. They're not like that action filled for the most part. Yeah. All the action is usually saved to the end, but the story is so gripping that it's just like, dude, I'm in this.
Yeah.
I'm in for it. And I really liked the action scene too. It still kind of looked a little bit like, I don't want to say choppy, but a little bit animation sometimes to me. But
when he's in the what's it called, the subway, when he's in the subway tunnel, yeah, that one did feel a little choppy.
It seems choppy, but
the fight choreograph is just really good.
It is nice.
Yeah, like I think they did bring in the previous team, right? Yeah, probably. But the CGI, the CGI is a little bit wonky, but luckily they don't have to rely on it so much. You know what I mean? Like they basically just travel time, and that little bit in the subway tunnel was the only CGI that they needed. Like that was kind of lackluster. But yeah, the mystery is getting deeper. The mystery is actually coming to light, kind of thing. Muse getting confronted. Just a great story, and I don't know if this is I don't remember if this is from season 2 or not, but did you see that video that got released? I don't know where it came from, because like it looks like Frank is back with the Punisher, the Punisher gear, and it looks like him and Matt are in Matt's apartment, the current apartment, and like this is a preview that I found online, and it's a bunch of SWAT team coming into Matt's place.
Is it also the one that has like Bullseye with his like smiling tooth?
I don't think so. Like all I saw was a little bit. It was a little clip.
Because the only thing I know for sure is I know Punisher's supposed to be in this, and like because I know they released photos of him and Daredevil standing together, but that was in the street. They were like outside when that happened.
I don't know.
So in those photos, so like Punisher's definitely got to come back. He's definitely going to be in his whole getup. But I just don't know if it's going to be inside the apartment or not. But
that's where I saw the video, and it looked like SWAT team was raiding Matt's place, which could explain why he's in a different suit and kind of looking like he's laying low in the set photos for season 2. So yeah,
I could see that possibly being. It'll be upsetting if they do that because again, cliffhangers. But I could see that being the end of being like the final episode, like SWAT's raiding them, and then they just like they're going on the run, kind of. Captain Holt and Jake Peralta in this.
But yeah, it's so like this episode really good. 4 out of 5. Episode 6 for Daredevil Born Again. Super good. Definitely watch them. But like we said, episode 5 kind of weak on its own. So you do I do recommend watching both of them together. Or if you're waiting to binge the whole series, do that too, and it'll be amazing.
We got at least 3. We got 3 more weeks, which is kind of upsetting because I had seen that episode 8 and 9 were supposed to come out together, but now they have evidently made it to where nope, remaining episodes are coming out
week after week. Oh man, yeah, because I remember you showing me the release schedule. There was supposed to be 2 at the end.
I looked it up again, and now I'm seeing that nope, it's 3. It's 7, 8, and 9 respectively on their own.
Dang.
Which I'm kind of like, which is very upsetting. I was looking forward to that, but now I'm all like, how was episode 8 gonna end? Episode 8's probably going to be given that, like, can't wait another week.
I know. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing.
I believe
they're making us wait.
These guys that are, like, in charge of this show, I believe they do. They're tremendous.
All right, guys. That about does it for our review for Daredevil, episodes 5 and 6, and our news for, movies, TV, and more. So if y'all guys like the Rantings, Ravings, 2 Mad Men, go ahead and give us a like, follow, share us with your friends, and we will see you guys next time. Later.
Peace.